To try to get a handle on what to plan for, epidemiologists do what's called disease modeling, projecting how this infection might spread. And the projections in the U.S. are grim. It has now surpassed China in the number of people who have died from COVID-19. New York City is overwhelmed, and the numbers are soaring elsewhere, too. Jackson Proskow joins me from Washington. Jackson, the White House laid out a sobering look at the models for when this might peak in that country. What can you tell us?
Dawna, they're talking about 100,000 to 240,000 fatalities in this country if full social distancing measures are brought into place. At the peak of the epidemic, in a few weeks' time, they could see 2,200 deaths per day in this country. A short time ago, President Trump emerged and urged Americans to prepare for a difficult few weeks ahead.
I want every American to be prepared for the hard days that lie ahead. We're going to go through a very tough 2 weeks. You're going to start seeing some real light at the end of the tunnel, but this is going to be a very painful, very, very painful 2 weeks.
100,000 fatalities is the best case scenario at this point, but getting there is going to be exceedingly difficult as states fight each other for vital supplies and they're running into real roadblocks.
New York offers a grim preview of what's to come across the United States.
This is the scene outside my job right now.
An endless line of ambulances waits to drop patients at hospitals. The number of dead and infected continues to grow at an alarming rate. 1,200 members of New York City's police force are confirmed to have the virus. New York's governor announced his own brother, CNN news anchor Chris Cuomo, was one of nearly 10,000 New Yorkers to test positive in the last day.
It is the great equalizer. I don't care how smart, how rich, how powerful you think you are.
States now find themselves locked in a bidding war for scarce supplies, competing against each other as they all face the same problem. New Orleans says it will run out of ventilators in just 6 days.
Today we have about 86% of our patients and our COVID patients in our ICU are on ventilators.
Florida, New Jersey, and Michigan have reported worsening outbreaks of their own. Detroit is quickly becoming a hotspot.
This virus is going to continue to grow in the city for a period of weeks.
3 out of 4 Americans are under orders to stay at home. Residents of Washington, D.C. face the threat of fines or jail time if they venture out for any non-essential reason. While at sea, 4,000 American sailors are trapped in place on board an aircraft carrier where 200 have tested positive. The ship's captain sent a memo to the Pentagon pleading for a plan to help his crew.
Despite those sobering predictions, the White House has not strengthened its guidelines for Americans when it comes to social distancing. They have extended them for a full 30 days, but they're still voluntary, and some states are still not participating. Dawna?
Not a good sign. Jackson Proskow in Washington, thanks. There is sorrow in Spain as the dead are buried. More than 849 people died of COVID-19 there today alone. That's the highest single-day increase in Spain. The death toll is now over 8,000. In the UK, more people died today, too, than any previous day. 381 deaths were recorded, pushing the total to over 1,700. And new data suggests the true death toll could be over 20% higher because official government figures in the UK do not include people who die at home and in care homes. Africa's largest city is now locked down. Lagos, Nigeria, a city of 21 million people, ground to a halt. 2 weeks of quarantine have been imposed on parts of that country. There are over 130 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria, about 5,300 known cases across all of Africa. We know you have lots of questions about this virus. Our Jeff Semple will continue to consult with experts and try to answer them. Email your questions at globalnews.ca, and our website also has a special page dedicated entirely to COVID-19. You can visit globalnews.ca/coronavirus.